Okay, so next up is Harry Biggs. Let me see here. Harry. First two environments, King Arthur and Ready for Adventure, as I am in the process of replacing the other pieces with newer and better work. So there's the King Arthur from the Artstation challenge and Ready for Adventure. Oh, that's a nice rug there. So like right off the bat, you've got portfolio. You've segmented your work. I think you actually, so you present it like this. I usually just go to this page just because I get, you imagine, so if someone's critiquing portfolios for like job applicants, right? You get like, let's say you get 300 people. It's going to be much easier to just kind of push through and look at everyone's work if the layout is the same. So like a lot of the times, like this page, I'll just immediately go to this and go here. And it also will allow me, it'll allow me the ability to see any work that you tried to hide from in this layout, because you can control what people see here, whereas like in your other portfolio, like in this view, especially if you click all, then you start to see everything, right? So I will only focus on these four, but just so you know, a lot of people will look at this view. As far as I'm concerned, and I've seen from previous reviews, everyone just goes to your Artstation. This one gives you Naughty Dog vibes. All right, let's look at this guy. Yeah, this has a really good feel to it. Hang on. Mute the mic while I move because my chair is so squeaky. I still need to fix that squeakiness. Dude, you should not don't pay for a website. Just this. You get Pro to support Artstation, which who knows, maybe they do or don't need support. But it's also to gain access to some other features within Artstation. Pro, I would say, is something you should get if you're selling things, which I think Harry is selling things. But let's get back to the focus of this review. So, looking at this scene, it's pretty consistent. Looks pretty nice. The rug maybe is a little wiggly on the edge here. But I do like the fact that the contrast of the rug is not like so intense versus the wooden floor. Maybe the crevices in the wood could be a little bit darker so that it feels like there's some gap in between there. But overall, this is pretty good. There's some like this piece here feels like it's just UV mapped in a way where it looks correct. But there's some like this pattern with the wood here. Maybe you could just take the UVs there and rotate them sideways so that it's like a paneling. The detail on the ceiling is kind of lacking some depth, right? It doesn't feel like there's a normal map there. Cardboard looks good, and they're stacking their cardboard right, as you can see. Unlike when people help me move. Get the boxes, they put them down, and you're like, dude, these are all upside down. If I had to poke at one thing in this scene, it would be these lines here. They're so sharp. And all you need to do is put either like a decal strip there or something to just break up that edge. Even if it was something that was just as dark as the wood, that kind of wiggled a little bit just so the line wasn't straight. Does that make sense? Beta Razor, you can do Artstation Learning with light, can't you? I think you can. No? Oh my gosh. Why did I think that? Oh, that's weird. Or with plus. With plus you can. Why am I thinking light? What is light? Still paid. Right, but it's way cheaper than pro. Like, you should do pro if you have a marketplace. If you don't have a marketplace, you might as well do plus. Ooh. Oh, see? So I guess the only other thing I would say with this scene is that I'm not getting any like storytelling close-ups. Like, there's some paper here, but it doesn't really look like anyone sat here. Oh man, I love the attention to detail with the wires down here. But there's no like you have this fine detail for this radio set, right? Oh, it's a nice breakdown of the scene as well. But like, I want to get close up here. I want to put the camera down and like look at whoever was sitting here and like what they were doing and how they were managing stuff. And like, I want story. There's a little bit of story going on here. If we look at the roundtable scene looks pretty cool. Materials aren't fighting each other despite like how busy everything is. So that's pretty impressive. The table feels like it's a different style from the rest of the scene. I think if you could get that light to look like it's coming through like in rays, that would go a long ways. I think it's there, but it's really subtle. Oh, I like this render as well. Now you can see like when you remove the color or the albedo and you're just seeing the noise of the normals, you can see how like one of the main reasons it's not so busy here. Like, while the albedo is adding contrast and colors and saturation to the scene, when you remove it, the normals aren't really like fighting for attention. It's all the details focusing here. Despite all the detail that you're seeing, everything makes you look here. So compositionally, it's quite strong. Oh, see, this is a nice presentation for the for materials. And I like this. Man, I didn't even realize there was a fireplace there. I was like seeing this and I'm like, wait a minute. Yeah, this is cool. I would argue that these might be a little low poly. And the shapes and patterns seem a little random, like squiggly for unknown reasons. Whereas like this one actually looks like a symmetry pattern. That might be by design though. I'm not sure. Like, I don't know what that pattern is like. But yeah, looking at the surface here and really trying to bring home the materials is what's gonna bring the rest of the scene together. Dude, I can't do this song right now. I like this song, but it's like they're talking with me. Is Harry in here? I'm not even following. Maybe. This asset looks pretty cool as well. Maybe a little sharp on here. Oh, it's Hobbit. Why have I not? How have I not made that connection? Is it not? Maybe that's why I haven't. Man, you guys are confusing me. Not me, I swear. Short peeps joke. There's no time for jokes, man. This is serious business. But yeah, bringing this table's materials up to the same kind of fidelity and quality of the other materials is, I think, what would push this scene over the edge. And then the light rays. Other than that, I mean, it's a solid scene. Maybe a rug here that stops like somewhere around here, so it just kind of goes down. Could be kind of nice. But yeah, if we go portfolio, let's look at this guy real quick. So this one just shows me like where your texturing skills are at currently, and I think if we can like push you to look at rationalizing where damage is and how it occurs, and where dirt builds up and all that stuff. Like think about how a surface or a material becomes what it is, and why. Like how old is this thing, right? Where is it grabbed from? Like, what's the scale on it? I don't have a sense of scale. Like, we have these warning labels. I'm guessing it's quite large. But it could be large because you're trying to fit it in the frame as well, you know what I mean? I don't think you need a wireframe either. Putting some bolts on there and maybe some buttons, something like that would do a lot, I think, for scale. And then these stickers, I'm assuming these are in like another UV set maybe, because I see some cuts here. You could totally float those on like a decal, like a alpha cutout, like geometry piece for that. That's how I'll be doing the stickers actually on the scene that I'm working on now. But yeah. See, and everything's very samey with the material types. I like the galvanized kind of effect that you've got going on here. Is it galvanized? I think that's the term for it. But yeah, getting some more material variation in there, having everything not being metal so that you can get some roughness breakup as well is going to be important going forward. And this is actually high poly enough. You know, I always talk about on stream how like if there's not enough loops, like you can count the edges. It's hidden pretty well. So good job. Good job on that front. And then let's look at this guy real quick. That is a very bright first shot to look at. Man, this looks like a big task. Some lighting work I did for, okay, so you did the lighting. Yeah, I don't have too much to say on this one. I mean, lighting wise, you got to be really careful with having the lighting going right at you, because now you're in all the shadows, everything. I can understand though that this one's more about the mood. But cool. I guess I would suggest just focusing on your materials and being careful of like things like this, these like laser lines, and like how things are perceived as like how they're put together. Because if you can make it look like physically they were put together in a specific way, even though it's 3D and it's just UVs, if you can make it look like it was put together, you're already like much further along in the way like how assets will read as not geometry, but as actual like assets, like real, but real. Anyways, it's cool. Thank you for sharing, and I look forward to your progress.